Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. You know what? Let's do it. Daily challenge. It's a Zazel. I promise you I did not intend for that to happen. We're gonna look at some leaderboards here. Europa and Biznap already on here. What is it? Is it a hard one, Biznap, or did you just quit right away to get that challenge done? Probably quit right away to get that challenge done. Unknown, 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 unknown. Alright, that's fine. I have not entered yet. You gotta beat 5 daily challenges in a row. Why not start right now? Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Marked with Azazel is very good. Sentences I rarely get to say, but a significant rate of fire increase there is very good. Okay. By the way, I don't... Biznap, if you're watching, if somebody narcs on me, NL was talking shit about you. Not at all. You think I'm gonna do dailies 31 consecutive days on camera? It's not inconceivable. I mean, I play Isaac pretty much every day, but if I've got to, like, you know, be somewhere or record a different game because I've got an Isaac backlog, that daily is not getting done and recorded. So, you know, just entering and quitting, as far as I'm concerned, you're doing the only logical thing that makes sense. We will do some/several dailies, though. It's been, like, not quite a year, I suppose, but a long time since I've done dailies, and a long time since I really cared about our scores. So I'm not really worried. I have a friend who does dailies all the time, like sincerely once a day. I guess we just want to get this done on his show, and he's at twitch.tv/flackblag. Don't get it twisted. And he talks to me about dailies, and he likes somebody also gripes about him, and he goes, you know, it's always the same grind every day. You're looking for the same kind of items every single... I'm excited, coming to fuck us in the butt. You're looking for the same kind of items, the same kind of, like, runes every time. You're always looking for a way to, like, cheat the system to make your run go a little further so you can get some extra points. So, I'm just gonna play them in a fun fashion, I think. The general gist of dailies, we want to take as little damage as possible. We want to get as many consumables as possible. And if it's conceivable for us to skip a floor and get a little further, we're going to skip a floor. Like, for example, this one looks like it goes... Oh, I'm excited. It's still ongoing, huh? This one looks like it goes until... Yera. It looks like it goes until Upside Down Cross, which is Shoal. So the only way for us to get past Shoal is to play a self-sacrifice room that takes us... After we take, like, 12 hits, it'll take us to the, dark room. Maybe we'll consider that, but I'm more interested in using the dailies to provide, hopefully, some entertainment through a shell, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not worried about necessarily having the highest ranks, but Mathis and I, boy, did we have fun when we first started playing dailies. Oh, the places we went. Competed hard against one another. Some harder than others, if you know what I mean, but... it was fun when it first came out. They got a little samey, I guess, after a while. But maybe this will be just what I need to get me back in here. Magic Mush. I mean, this is an Azazel run to start with. And then it's a good Azazel run on top of that. I am going to take pills. I don't care what the meta is on taking pills. I'm taking them. Magic Mush, Marked, and Binky. So far, so great. I don't really know... You know what? I'm not even going to talk about it. I was going to say, I don't know if, you know, is it good to take deals with the devil and dailies? Who cares? What are we going to try to do? Beat Satan and get there with taking as little damage as possible. Let's do that. Latchkey for a luck upgrade. And a deal with the angel that... Or deal with the devil, sorry. That is going to give us precedent at the very least. I took Shade, but we could have just as easily taken Razorblade, I guess. And that might have even been better. But I underrate Razorblade, and I fully admit that. That's not necessarily an excuse. It's just the reality of the situation. Pheromones. I can't believe I got out of there. I also can't believe I chose to enter next to the purple fire, which is the... Wait, the purple fire is not that dangerous. What does purple fire even do? Is that the first time I've ever seen a purple fire? And I'm getting confused because I should have been paying attention? Or have I seen the purple fire many times, and now I'm just confused in general? Blue fire can give you spirit arts. Yellow fire is fire. Yeah, let's do it. Health up. Don't dislike that. Purple fire, or sorry, yellow fire is just regular fire. Orange fire shoots bullets at you. What the heck is purple fire? Shoots homing bullets at you? I don't know. It is rare to see, at least. And I think we're playing relatively well so far. I don't know what a good score is at this point of the game, but again, I think mentally speaking, the best thing for me to do on dailies, especially if we're going to have to do a bunch of them, is just focus on taking as little damage as possible. Might not have been worth using a bomb for that, but focus on taking as little damage as possible and just play your run. In fact, can I just get the score off the screen? No. All right. So I'm gonna worry about score because I can't get it away from the screen. It's gonna be, you know, it's like you don't want to, if you're waiting for like a package, you don't want to sit in your front hallway all the time waiting for the doorbell to ring. A watch pot never boils is an expression for a reason. That doesn't mean that a watch pot truly never boils. That's, you know, counter to the laws of thermodynamics. What it does mean is that it's gonna feel like it's never gonna boil if you're just waiting for it for like 100 years. So we should try to ignore that if possible. Do something else. Get something productive done in the meantime. You know, take your mind off the score. Oh, if I was thinking maybe we can get in there and push that bomb, but that's probably a little ambitious, huh? What's the Yera rune used for? Well, I mean, blank card Yera, it creates a situation in which you basically just win the game. You also get a bunch of score because you can endlessly double every consumable you can find in a shop. Excuse me. I guess we will take the pony. Although it does lower your points, who cares? We should be checking every shop once we get over 15 cents at the very least. That way, you know, if we can get blank card Yera is obviously great for us for many reasons. And that's going to be 17 cents, aka enough money. Keys are doing fine, luck's good. I mean, what kind of audit do you want on this run? We're 6 minutes deep on the 4th floor. That's way faster than usual. We are going to try to actually do boss rush, not teleport out. And if we can just continue to improve ourselves here, I'd be pretty happy. Samson's Chain. We have Magic Mush already, so I'm not even going to crack mushrooms except accidentally. Samson's Chain, though, is good to crack open consumables, or crack open rocks and other such nonsense without having to spend a bomb. And I don't know if we want to do that. It's one of those things where, again, I said I wasn't going to worry about score, but it is an easy talking point right now. Like, for example, I know for doing a mob trap room or a boss trap room, you get points. However, is it worth losing the points by taking the damage that you get for that mimic being there? I do not know. Was that a regular chest before? Because if, oh, you know what? Now we can actually pick that up and, okay, we don't even have a mob trap room to do anymore. If this was an actual run, which I guess I should just consider it as, that would have been sweet. I just found a good use for 3 rooms. You can re-roll chests on mob trap rooms to get some consumable for free. Not a good move on my part, I think it's fair to say, but I don't really understand the use of the black rune right now. You know what? I think I'm mistaken, by the way. I think the 2 achievements that have to be done here are get, well, I mean, there's more than 2 achievements left, because one of them is going to be, like, you know, really real Platinum God or whatever, and then there's the 2 that preceded and maybe more beyond that, but it's do 31 dailies in a row, and then win 5 dailies in a row, except they don't have to be consecutive, as ridiculous as that sounds. Which means, like, 31 dailies in a row, you gotta do a whole month. 5 dailies in a row, you just have to win your 5 most recently played dailies. They could be 6 months apart, although that's gonna take you, well, it's gonna take you a long-ass time to do it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. We got 7 bombs. Get a range upgrade and a luck upgrade. I like that. I will take whatever we can get here. And a lump of coal is fine, although I'm not sure it actually affects us. And now let's look for the secret room, because the secret room is worth points. And the secret room, I mean, if people are always like, you know, dailies suck, oh, they breed bad habits. Dailies suck, they breed bad habits. But looking for the secret room is a good habit. And it's a good habit that, unfortunately, I've sort of fallen out of. Like, it's not really my scene anymore to look for secret rooms. If anything, I think I've gotten a little too cocky. Like, you know, I don't need secret rooms to win a run. There was a period where we needed secret rooms to win runs. And we should get back to that, because who knows how many, like, subtle consumable increases it's costing us. I do not know. Either way, Dank Depths won at 8.5 minutes. One of my top 10 dismemberment plan songs, without a doubt. This feels like a secret room. And I don't really want to blow those guys up anymore. We got 45 cents. Let's look for cards, I guess. This is where, like, first off, thank God our speed is decent, but this is where I really expect Samson's Chain to start doing good stuff for us. If it finds a black market or something like that, even better. But just being able to crack every single one of these open is good. The only thing that's going to separate this from a normal run at this point is that I'm not at all interested in skipping Boss Rush. Well, if we're about to die, that could change. But short of being about to die, I'm going to be happy to do Boss Rush because it's going to give us more points in the process, so. I think it's actually like a... I knew this at one point. Boss Rush is like 44 as far as points go. Hush is 55. Those were the days, man. I can't believe there was a period in which I was doing dailies. Basically once a day. If only that achievement had existed in Afterbirth, I would already have it. Probably like 3 times over. But if you weren't around for that, I'm not going to hold it against you. You know, I mean, I guess we prefer this because we can already fly. Yeah, I'm not going to hold it against you. The reason we stopped doing dailies was just because it became like, seriously, we got to find the seam. Got to find the seam. Like, how are we going to beat this? How are we going to beat the odds on this run? And I think it became a little bit less about, like, mechanical Isaac skill than it did about, not that I would have been, you know, the platonic ideal for that to begin with, but became a little bit less about straight up Isaac skill and more about, you know, daily skill, which is fine. But unless you really wanted to grind out every single, you know, self-sacrifice room, know when the runes are gonna spawn, because they spawn in like a specific order on every single seed. Like, I don't begrudge you for doing that at all, but not my scene for the most part. Not my scene. There is a self-sacrifice room. Oh, Humbling Bundle is, I think, extremely good. Let me get another nickel out of that. I don't think we need the card, but it's one of those things, like, you never know if that's what's gonna fuck you. As ridiculous as it sounds, just being like, sometimes me and Mattis would talk about dailies. This is apparently now Ryan's daily reminiscing hour, but Mattis and I would do the dailies, and then we'd be like, hey, how'd you do? Oh, I got 35,000 points. How'd you do? Oh, I got 17,000, but we both won. What's the difference? Oh, if you pull your finger up your butt and make a hook shape, it drops an AWAS rune, and then the AWAS rune gives you, you know, passage to Shoal, and then on Shoal there was a self-sacrifice room, and then the self-sacrifice room, after you played it 12 times, you got some spirit hearts, you also got teleported to the dark room, and then 4 chests down there, I'll give you Guppy. And you're like, okay, well, you know what, quit bragging. 36.25% Devil Deal chance. I guess that was my complaint about some of the dailies, is that they weren't samey enough. Like, they were vastly different, actually, depending on, you know, very, very small, like, butterfly effects sort of stuff. But now it's time for the Renaissance. Can I get the Reformation with a side of Renaissance, please? That's probably the just most needlessly stupid joke I've ever made. We're not really thinking that we have a great chance to become Guppy, but if it happens, it happens, of course. I will open this. Cursed Skull. I don't know. I mean, I feel like both of these trinkets have a case to be made. Endless Teleports. That was bad. Endless Teleports could accomplish something good for us. And especially on a daily with unforeseen consequences, but I think that the matchstick is also going to, well, I mean, A, it's going to give us bombs. Stop with the dumb damage, please. A, it's going to give us bombs, B, those bombs are going to give us points. So it's not even just from a daily perspective, but, you know, like from a game perspective, we're going to get bombs. And bombs are good. We can use those to, you know, blow things up. Not my finest move, maybe, to use a 2 of hearts to do that, but I wanted to see if maybe we can get the blood bag or some money or something out of it. And honestly, if I'm going to stop disparaging the dailies, I got some good things to say. One of them is, like, we seriously picked a good day to start doing dailies again. It's an incredibly strong... and pop it. It's an incredibly strong Azazel daily. Certainly, like, there are dailies that have happened in the past where you're like the Lost without Holy Mantle, and you're like, okay, it's gonna be a short one. I actually like those dailies a lot. Varicose veins, I'm leaking. We had this before. This is Tammy's head when you get hit, right? I think I said that about it hurts. That's not the case. Fuck it, fuck it. Who cares? Don't take the damage. But yeah, I kind of like those dailies because they're interesting. You know, I wanted to say novel there and chose against it. We'll take more options, which I think is actually just bad for us to do, because it can't possibly give us anything at this point. This is gonna be one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, the seam was you just get more options before you go to the item room. And then you get the shovel on there, and then, you know, ipso facto, Bob's your uncle, easy win. Oh, you gotta take the Chaos card. So we'll just use the sun, like, right now. And Dry Baby is a solid get. Now, if we're only going to Shoal, the hardest part of this run is going to be boss rush. I think. You know, the Satan fight is one thing, but... boss rush, you know, we could get hit, especially, well, I guess it's not going to be champions because it's not a champion version of Mom, but you get the idea. No deal with the devil. We'll take the negative because we're going to Shoal. Maybe that'll allow us to get one extra floor deeper later. I hadn't really considered the consequences. Okay, we got that. We got Ipecac, and we've got Cancer. I think you take the Cancer item here for the Spirit Hearts, but also for the added kind of like damage dampening effect. What else we got? Okay, Mom's Heart, or sorry, Mask of Infamy. I mean, it's a heart. You can see a little varicose vein in there. Now, Ipecac might be... ooh, that's very good. Ipecac actually might be the right choice. But I always feel like I get burned on it. Like, I never know if it gives you a damage upgrade or not until it's too late. Actually, we are facing champions. I was incorrect. Faster this guy gets killed, the easier our life is going to be. Beautiful. Because these guys accomplish, like, nothing of value. It's a fast boss rush. This is not a, oh, that was so bad. This is not a bad situation. The downside is that, as Azazel, boss rush can sometimes be a little bit of a cluster. Thank you, Dry Baby. Because you have to get, like, up close to every single enemy that shows up. So, you know, an enemy like Ragman, for example, can annoy the Christ out of you because his attacks come in so quickly. An enemy like War, a little bit less annoying because he's going to be slow as fucking molasses here. This is the ideal wave. We can actually get started, like, generating a good economy that actually has flies stored up for us wave after wave here. I think you want to use... it's so, like, minor, but I think you want to shoot and then pop Guppy's head. Because if you pop Guppy's head, it interrupts your charge. So just in the interest of, you know, finishing this as relatively quickly as possible, I think you want to pop Guppy's head mid-shot. As much as it seems like that won't matter, it can make a pretty big difference over the course of, like, one entire boss rush, so... what is... oh, right. Okay, I know that guy. We did not face Champion Mom. So I am a little confused as to why I'm facing champion enemies. But some of these champion enemies are strong enough that they hurt each other, so... Consider me to not be really complaining right now. Ah. Bit of bad damage, but we continue to gain HP. Also, that's the other thing about facing champions is that some of them spawn spirit hearts. That was pretty bad as well. I would have expected him to be dead already. I would like him to be dead. Well, now he is, but this fucking Mega Fatty is so... Don't even get me started on champion Mega Fatties. This is the asshole champion Mega Fatty, by the way. Excuse me? How in the world did I get hit? I was standing over a chasm, and then he jumped in and told me, hey, moron, you fucked it up. I dispute this. I don't think I did fuck it up. I think he shot a rock into a situation where that rock chasm cannot exist. Okay, I let that be a lesson to you that you should actually pay attention to what the enemies are doing, because that was a champion bomb asshole. I hope this is our last wave. It is not, and I am an idiot. I walked right into him. As soon as I saw that, I was like, he's gonna be the death of you. I've got another concession to make. Okay, adrenaline, panic power. I don't really know what it does. Get dusted. Alright, so time does mean a lot if, well, may I say that time is a valuable thing. Watch it tick by as the pendulum swings. We would like to reroll every consumable, just in case, just in case. What was that? Just in case, just in case. Yeah. All of them. Ace of clubs. And then we can reroll everything except the air. Oh, we don't want to reroll chaos either, so. Yeah, health up. Is it worth it? I'd say that for health up, it's certainly not bad. We want to keep the chaos card, though. The chaos card could be a nice way for us to improve our standing on the Satan fight. You know, just use that. Actually, probably on Mom's Heart you use chaos. Unless that's one of those conditions that instantly kills you. I think you want to use Mom's Heart on chaos because it will kill all phases instead of just, you know, the first phase that you are facing. As ridiculous as that may sound in practice as a sentence. But I think that we are well on our way to our first daily victory. In Afterbirth Plus, at least. What's the secret if we want to try to get the next level? It's really examine every single floor to look for a self-sacrifice room. And then use that self-sacrifice room to get to the dark room. And I'll do it. Like, if we have the spirit hearts for it, there is a wave of, like, you know, you get tiered rewards, like when you play the self-sacrifice room. One of the tiers gives you spirit hearts back, so you can kind of survive it. And I would love to have, like, 9 lives before we do it, just to ensure that we have the, like, best possible chance of making it happen. But even if we don't, it's kind of in the spirit of dailies. And we're on a run that is, I mean, honestly quite good. So I don't want to, I don't want to just be like, yeah, let's just take our Azazel win and our 3,000th place finish. You know, the leaderboard envy is already starting to tick over here. Then we can use Yera to double those spirit hearts when if they pop on the self-sacrifice room. You can get a self-sacrifice room on the, on Shoal, so we can wait that long for it. Dude, that was an easy fight. Get an HP upgrade. Grab this. And I will take Empty Vessel. I also want to look for a second secret room. We got so much time. It would be imprudent, which I don't know if that's even a word, but you understand the meaning, so I'm going to accept that it probably works. Don't know if that would have even found a secret room. Straight up with 42 bombs, get blown up. especially with Humbling Bundle. And, Secret Room? No? Okay. Secret Room? Okay. Secret Room. 3 pills. Pheromones? Bad trip. Not very good. But we did get Steam Sale. You know what? There is a hush fight capability here. And we should not turn up our noses at it. You can fight Hush, and then just make sure you go down to Shoal. That's the important part, is that we got to go down to Shoal on this run. Now, Hush with Azazel is a bit of a conundrum. It's not that easy. But, of course, the fact that we have, you know, the cancer item is very good for us. We'll take halved damage. We're not as strong against him as I would like on a guppy standpoint, because we're only generating flies upon killing an entire room, which obviously on Hush Fight takes forever, but 3 flies, pretty negligible. Oh, you know what then? You don't use Chaos on Mom's Heart, you moron. You use it on the Hush Fight and get a free 5,000 points, and also whatever you can get from the item rooms and shops down there. My god, he's done it. The downside, though, is what if we find a self-sacrifice room on this floor? And now we experience the true rub of a daily run. Do you want to fight the Hush for the guaranteed points? Thank you, Dry Baby. Or do you want to, go to the self-sacrifice room for the guaranteed access to the later floor of the game, which is worth, you know, a great number of points in and of itself? There is a reason not to take this, and that reason, well, there's 2 reasons. One is it takes us further away from making Empty Vessel happen. The other is that it costs us points. That was bad damage. But I think that those are fairly irrelevant in the face of, you know, the fact that 1 HP is probably what we want here. And we'll get another one. We can't get that. I don't even think it's worth picking up, honestly. We have Steam Sale, so we don't need money for the Hush Fight. Well, I'm assuming that people are probably more, doing more dailies now than they were, you know, 3 months ago. Where do I think I stand on this run right now? I think we could be like, you know, top 20% or something. Azazel runs, you know, they're not hard, so a lot of people are probably going to live long enough to execute on whatever strategy they want. But I haven't taken an absurd amount of damage, including dumb damage. There's been a little, admittedly, but there's always going to be a little. Yeah, don't hit enemies that close if they explode on you. I swear to God, like, there are sometimes I get hit and I'm just like, I didn't even see that bullet. I trust the game, but where the hell did that come from? That was not one of those cases. But the first damage was. So there's our self-sacrifice room that calls everything we've ever known and loved into question. Because if we do the Hush Fight and there's no self-sacrifice room on the next floor, it was probably better to oh, you know what? It's because there's a skull there. It was probably better to play the self-sacrifice room than it would be to go through with what we're gonna do right now. But we're gonna go do the Hush Fight because the opposite could also be true. There could be a self-sacrifice room on the on Shoal. Beyond that, this is the more fun option. You know, we're actually taking advantage of our Chaos card instead of just holding it and then, I don't know, using it on the Lamb, which would also be totally fine, but I'd rather take that space right now. Good work, good work. Okay, deal with the devil is Satanic Bible. I actually don't like this as much as Guppy's Head, although I understand the appeal of the Demon Hearts. So definitely do not nuke down the first phase here. Kill it with your own bullets and then move on from there. So, not a great haul. Glowing Hourglass doesn't really matter. Infamy's lovely, though. Hopefully that's a good card. Box of Spiders or Lazarus Rags? Lazarus Rags, I guess, because we're not going to use Box of Spiders. It's really, do we want 2 spiders or a shitty respawn? I guess we'll take a shitty respawn. I'm gonna take Demon Baby. Poison Tears tend to be overrated, and we're gonna be up close and personal if we're dealing damage anyway. So, in my opinion, we might as well deal this damage with Demon Baby as well as opposed to Poison Tears. As opposed to Poison Tears. Eyes opposed to Poison Tears. Eyes the boys that shoot them. Eyes the boys that catches. NL, you can't say that. That's a Scottish folk song. Look! I'm sorry. What if I sang, you know, Just Like Honey from Jesus and Mary Chain's 1986 landmark shoegaze classic Psycho Candy? It's not shoegaze, it's post-punk. Look, I don't know. I don't know the answer to the questions you're facing me with. Wait, what if we go to the Void Fight? Yeah, fuck going down. Let's go to the Void Fight instead. Is this our new theme? Curse of the Unknown. It actually does not matter at all. So I think on this floor, you really just want to take as little damage as possible and win the run. Kill Delirium. That's great. Delirium as Azazel seems fucking terrible. I believe, yeah, isn't this Mini Mush as Azazel actually like lowers your range because it raises your tier height instead of actually increasing your range or something? I think I remember that. Like, it makes you smaller, so the range is not as large coming out of your mouth proportionally, as ridiculous as that may sound. Bombs are key is highly irrelevant unless we get sad bombs. So what are we going to do with this Yara rune? I mean, that's a great question. Especially now that we got two of them. I don't know, dude. I mean, does that answer your question? I don't know if there was a great time to use Yara runes. I guess, you know, if we get a Spirit Heart, we'll turn it into 4 Spirit Hearts. I should have used that. Blue baby. If we get a Spirit Heart that drops on the ground, we'll turn it into 4 Spirit Hearts. Yeah, that seems right. Maybe this guy will just give us blank card. And then we can turn it into Infinity Spirit Hearts. That's telekinesis, Kyle. And thank God we took an I'm excited pill on the first floor, so if one shows up now, we'll just tell it to fudge right off. Alright, I mean, Gigafart is not a good item. So in fact, you might not want to pick it up because of the point loss, but I think you get the points back when you drop the spacebar items, so it's probably not that big of a deal. I like the idea that there's an easier seam. Instead of having to look for, you know, AWA's runes all the time, as long as you can make it to the Hush Fight, which means it has to go past, you know, Mom to begin with, I guess. As long as you can make it to the Hush Fight, you can get a seam and get a little further into the run. That's kind of cool. I didn't think about the consequences of that Void Teleporter after the Hush Fight for dailies. Kind of neat, though. I'm for it. I chose not to double it. I think there's a case to be made for waiting. As much as it kills me to do so, because I'm getting closer and closer to not using 2 Yara runes. No, I don't want to deal with this. Okay. This could be Delirium. We're talking about a boss fight with a lot of clearance on either side. Still getting points for those. It is Delirium shit! Well, we have to get in there. It kills me to do so. I also have no idea what our HP looks like. I'm trying to crack these guys in the hopes of, you know, getting anything. Like, if we get a black heart out of these, and then we double it, it's all good, right? Blank rune. It Yara'd? The irony is palpable. Hanged Man. We've done like next to no damage here, but we're gonna start to take next to no damage as well. All right, so we've examined our available seeds for, oh, thank you, Infamy, for plausible axes of improvement. They haven't really come through. God, Azazel! Your shit range makes it so hard. But again, recall, we're taking half damage because we've already been hit once. Twice? And our damage itself is good. As long as I can get close enough to land shots, we may eventually be able to garner the win here. But having to do this from such an up-close and personal range is very scary for me. If we let Dry Baby do all the work for us, he'll finish the fight in 1 to 2 millennia. So definitely we want to get in there and land shots ourselves. Oh, jeez. At least he's standing still and only shooting. Please don't spoil my day, I'm miles away. And after all, I'm only shooting. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah! Somehow this is working. Oh! Dude, Mega Maw's got quite the gullet on him. He's got like a Roger Clemens mandible. Stop spawning enemies I can't deal with in time. Thank you, Infamy. Jesus Christ. I'm invisible. I have no body. Oh, because I popped Hangman. That's right. Ooh. Okay, we're more than halfway through the fight. I mean, I seem to recall, we finished this run, we might be in like the 30, it might be in the 40,000s. That's a great score for a daily. If we die, we'll lose. Well, I'm not sure if we lose or if we just don't gain. Okay, I mean, I'm very displeased with that damage, but Delirium's almost dead. Oh, no, it was just the Delirium enemy. The Delirium proxy. We should have doubled with the era. This guy's too fast. Help. What? I don't... Ah! Dude, 4 extra Spirit Hearts would have changed the game. 7 extra hits. We're getting close, though. It's the range! What the fuck, dude? He gets faster and faster as the fight goes on. Fart right off, Ragman. What? What? We killed him? I guess we win. Alright, we're in 318th. I think that's pretty good. Well, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. That's our first daily win. If you did, click the like button. Upside a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.